I'm about to show you the coolest new mechanic in creative mode. You can now have working conveyor belts in your map. Look, Mom, no hands. This is no joke, guys. I'm literally not touching anything and my guy is moving. I'm looking down. You can see everything is passing by. I can even jump off the conveyor belt and then jump back on it and it keeps moving forward. This is awesome. I saw this mechanic on Twitter when Loud Silencer posted about it and I had to know how to do it, so I had him show me how to do this. So today we're jumping in with Loud Silencer and he's gonna explain how to do it, and then I'm gonna try and do it myself and then explain it to you in a little bit clearer terms. All right, guys, let's go. Okay, so if I just hold still, then it works. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, now I wanna know how you did this.
It's actually not as complex as you might think. It only uses 3 channels and it uses around 4 devices. It all starts with 2 of the new settings we got this update, the teleporter setting and the sequencer setting. I'll start with the easier one, the sequencer setting. Basically, there's a new setting where it sends player information whenever it's activated, and that's setting off these triggers.
Oh.
But basically, whenever you step on this conveyor belt, you're sending your player information to that sequencer.
So that's the mutator zone, as you're saying. That's triggering this right here. And then this is, then what's this doing?
This is setting off triggers, which is activating the teleporter. This is the cool part because this is the teleporter that I use right here. The one with the field around it, this is basically the reference point where how far the second teleporter is, do you want to move the player? Right now, the second teleporter is around a 1/16 of a tile in front of the center teleporter, which means it will send the player a 1/16 of a tile forward every time it's activated. But for example, if I were to move this slightly forward, like right around here, then if we start it again, you'll see that the conveyor belt moves slightly faster.
Oh wow, holy cow, that is way faster. Dude, that's crazy. What a crazy little setting. Guys, make sure you check out Loud Silencer. Go to Loud Silencer's YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description and in the first comment below. Okay guys, now I want to make this myself because I learned the best by doing it, and then I can teach you better how to do this, because that was maybe a little confusing to you, and I'm gonna spell it all out. And I wanna make one where it goes one way and comes back the other, and just kind of make it like a little airport around it. Okay, I think I've got this all working. Let me show you exactly the settings you have to have for this to work. So here's the mutator zone. This is what you need on the mutator zone. The only thing you need to change is that on player entering the zone, transmit on channel 1, and then on the player leaving the zone, transmit on channel 3. So that's all you need to change for the mutator zone. I mean, obviously you need to make it as long as you want this to go. And then on the sequencer, you need to make sure the looping is on infinite. I put the tempo to 100. You can change that to whatever you want. I made the length 2 just for kicks and giggles. And then these settings above my heads are key. You have to send player information, so that's when I step on it, it's sending my information. It's saying, oh, I'm triggering all the subsequent triggers. And then you're gonna start the sequence when receiving from channel 1, so that's when the person enters the mutator zone, and then it stops the sequence when receiving from channel 3, so that's when the person leaves the mutator zone. And then here, these are triggers that are transmitting on channel 2 right here behind my head, and those are all just copied and pasted. I did this on Grid Snap 16 so that it just, I just did one after another, so it lines up just right. And then I have them outside just to kind of try and make it smoother. We'll see if that works or not, I don't know. And then here's the teleporters. Now the key with these 2 teleporters is you have the first one, and then the second one needs to just be slightly in front of it, because you're kind of teleporting in between these 2, and that's what's like moving you forward a little bit at a time. So this first teleporter here needs to be on target group A. Teleporter group none is important. And then make sure you change the effect radius to 1 meter, and then you activate when receiving from channel 2. Make sure you're not teleporting to when receiving from that channel, just activating when you receive from channel 2. So that's all of these channels, is activating every time that those get triggered. And then on this other teleporter, you make sure the teleporter group is A, but teleporter target group is none. And this also activates on channel 2 as well. Okay, let's see if it works. Here we go, we're entering. Aha, nice and smooth. It's working so smoothly. Man, this is so cool. Now, I should say it doesn't work when I'm going backwards yet, so I'd have to set up a new sequence to make it work to go backwards. Now, one other thing that's really cool, check this out. When I'm activating, and look at the teleporter. It's like pulsing and stuff, and that could be a way to add some really cool visual effects on your map just with the teleporter activating, even though you're not physically going into the teleporter. So now I'm gonna make another one. I'm just gonna duplicate what I've done, but I'm gonna make it come back this way. Okay guys, I set it up, check it out, it's totally working. When I just go back and forth, it's gonna send me this way. When I go this way, it's gonna send me that way. That is so cool, what an awesome mechanic. Loud Silencer, you've changed my life, this is amazing. Let's just spruce this up a little bit, make it look cool. Okay, I made like a little airport walkway. Who wants to walk though when you can ride? Ah, I love the airport conveyor belts. I love the conveyor belts.